from 48 Hours Investigations.
Were you at all prepared for what happened in this case?
Shock is the word that comes to mind.
Get inside the twists and turns and get in on the case. Listen to Postmortem from 48 Hours, now available wherever you get your podcasts.
Tonight, two of the greatest athletes take the field in New Jersey. Lionel Messi and Rodgers making their debuts, and they both put on a show. Plus, remembering TV legend Bob Barker, a look back at the life and legacy of the longtime Price is Right host. But first, we are following breaking news tonight. A gunman opens fire inside a Florida Dollar General store, killing 3 people, and police say the shooting was racially motivated. Good evening, I'm Jessica Moore. Police in Jacksonville say there is no doubt that gunman was targeting black people. He left behind writings that detail what officials call a disgusting ideology of hate. CBS 2's Alicia Reed is in our newsroom with the breaking details.
Jessica, the FBI has opened a federal civil rights investigation pursuing this shooting as a hate crime, saying the suspect intentionally went looking to kill black people. Loved ones bent over in agony after 2 men and 1 woman were brutally gunned down while shopping inside a Jacksonville Dollar Tree.
He targeted a certain group of people, and that's black people. Any member of that race at that time was in danger.
Law enforcement officials say the suspect put his mask and tactical vest on in the parking lot before walking in with an AR-style rifle and a handgun with anti-Semitic symbols.
This is a dark day in Jacksonville's history. Any loss of life is tragic, but the hate that motivated the shooter's killing spree adds an additional layer of heartbreak.
The shooter lived in Clay County with his parents, about 40 miles from Jacksonville. The local sheriff's office says he texted his father to check his computer. A little over half hour later, his family called the local sheriff's office to alert them about writings that showed intention. But it was too late. The shootings had already begun.
This is a community that has suffered again and again. So many times, this is where we end up.
Authorities say the suspect was aware that Saturday was the 5-year anniversary of the Jacksonville Landing mass shooting, where a lone gunman killed 2 people, left another 10 injured before turning the gun on himself. This shooter also killed himself, and authorities say he acted alone.
We must do everything that we can to dissuade this type of hate.
In a statement, the Department of Homeland Security says it is committed to working with state and local partners to help prevent another such abhorrent, tragic event from occurring. While local and federal law enforcement agencies vow a thorough investigation, we're learning the shooter was involved in a domestic incident in 2016. And in 2017, Florida's Baker Act was implemented. That's when an individual is temporarily detained in order to receive emergency mental health services because they may be a threat to themselves or others. In the newsroom, Alicia Reed, CBS 2 News.
And that shooting happened near Edward Waters University, a small, historically black university. In a statement, the school said shortly before the shooting, one of its security officers saw the man near the school's library and asked him to identify himself. When he refused, he was asked to leave, which he did. It is unknown if he originally planned to attack the university. The Reverend Al Sharpton released a statement saying, in part, the shooter appears to have been blocked from entering an HBCU, so he decided to open fire at a Dollar General while we were marching against hate in Washington. Stay with CBS 2 News for the latest on the shooting in Jacksonville, and for updates anytime, go to cbsnewyork.com. Well, it was the moment Jets fans waited for all summer, and Rodgers surely delivered. He threw an unreal pass to help the Jets beat the Giants in tonight's preseason game. Steve Overmeyer is here now with more, and boy, don't you just love it when an expectation exceeds and really comes through? It's great.
Right, and I know it's just a preseason game, but it was just awesome for Jets fans to be able to watch him out there over on the field, because over the past 5 years, Rodgers hasn't played in a preseason game, but he's doing a lot of things differently here in New York. Rodgers started the Jets game against the Giants tonight, and he made an impact. Listen to the crowd go crazy as Rodgers leads the Jets out of the tunnel. I mean, does it feel real for Jets fans yet? The four-time MVP showed his worth in just his second series. He made a throw that not many guys could make. A perfectly placed ball to his new favorite target, Garrett Wilson, who makes a great catch for a touchdown. That is just a taste of what Jets fans hope they're going to see this whole season. Rodgers did leave the game after 2 series, but great wins make it look easy. And Jets fans should be delirious right now. It wasn't all great for the Jets. Later in the show, we'll take a closer look at the Jets-Giants game and show you the moment that maybe had Jets fans covering their eyes just in case. The worst thing that could happen is to watch that guy go down. So any kind of hits or any defenders that get near him, I think everybody's just kind of holding their breath.
But what a great tease for the season ahead, right?
Yeah, this is
exciting.
This is expected to be a great season for him. We'll see.
All right. Thank you so much, Steve.
Sure.
We'll see you in a bit. And a different kind of football star stunned fans in New Jersey tonight. Lionel Messi made his Major League Soccer debut at Red Bull Arena. CBS 2's Christy Kalishian was there for all of the excitement.
Is it a dream or true? I don't know.
Oh, it was real, all right. Lionel Messi helped Inter Miami defeat the New York Red Bulls on their home turf Saturday night.
I was actually kind of worried that he wouldn't play at first, but when I saw him come on, I was just really happy that he played, and I was really happy that I got to watch him.
It wasn't until minutes into the second half of the match that he came out and brought the packed arena's energy with him.
Lionel Messi in League's Cup put on a show, and in 35 minutes tonight just gave New York City one of the best goals you will ever see.
They waited 59 minutes to see the greatest of all time and were rewarded with a Messi goal.
Oh my gosh, the energy was just out of this world.
There were worries that Messi wouldn't even play the game after playing every minute of the last 6 matches, helping his team win the League Cup. And fans from Argentina are also still riding the high after he helped Argentina win the World Cup last year. Just seeing him was an emotional moment for Sammy Jessup, who's 2 years cancer-free now and saw the game with her son.
Absolutely, bucket list. I am just in a cloud right now, so yeah. Thank you, Messi.
Is it true that you cried when he came out?
Yes. It is very emotional for me, yes.
It also meant a lot to Manish Padran from Long Island City, who watched Messi play from his hospital bed while quarantining during his battle with COVID.
That was the only motivational factor for me to continue. And that's why it is very, very touchy for me.
Since announcing he joined Inter Miami in July, Messi has revolutionized Major League Soccer's hold on American culture.
He is inspiring a whole new generation of soccer players, so we're lucky to be here.
And just to give you an idea of how much he's popularized Major League Soccer, all of Inter Miami's games are sold out for the rest of the season. At Red Bull Arena, Christy Kalishian, CBS 2 News.
Iconic game show host Bob Barker passed away this morning at his California home. He was 99 years old. Barker entertained fans for more than 50 years, the majority of those right here on CBS 2. Today, a wreath was placed on top of his Hollywood Walk of Fame star. As Dana Tyler reports, the Emmy Award-winning host leaves behind an enormous legacy.
And now here's the star of the new Price is Right, Bob Barker.
From its debut in 1972 and for the next 35 years, Bob Barker hosted what would become the longest-running game show in TV history.
You'll have your new car to drive down there in. Tell me.
No, you can't drive to Acapulco, can you?
Sure you can. Just go out to the Pacific Ocean and turn left. You'll get there.
Robert William Barker's first job was in the U.S. Naval Reserves during World War II. Barker was born December 12, 1923, in Washington State. He was part Native American and grew up in South Dakota on a reservation where his mother was a teacher. He loved animals early on. He married his high school sweetheart, Dorothy Jo Gideon, in 1945. In the 1950s, the college grad hosted radio shows and soon got his first TV game show, Truth or Consequences, which was a hit for nearly 20 years.
I hope all your consequences are happy.
Then, the job that would make him a TV game show legend and a catchphrase, a part of pop culture history.
I want to know the name of our next player. All right, Bob, it's Walnetta Wesley. Come on down.
I could say, Joe Jones, come on down. But Johnny said, Ellen Smith, come on down. And it caught on. And now wherever I go, it's, hey, Bob, come on down.
Barker's personal sign-off became just as well known.
You help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or or neutered.
His late wife had urged him to use his fame for animal rights advocacy.
I'm Bob Barker from PETA.
Here's Diane.
And Bob Barker made other headlines. Multiple models called Barker's beauties on The Price is Right filed lawsuits against the show producers for mistreatment. Several women directly sued Barker. In 1994, Diane Parkinson accused him of sexual harassment, claiming he forced her to have sex with him. Barker said the relationship was consensual. Parkinson dropped her lawsuit in 1995, citing health issues. That same year, Holly Hallstrom sued Barker and the show, alleging she was fired for gaining weight and for not backing Barker's story about Diane Parkinson. Hallstrom won a settlement nearly a decade later. Despite the controversies, Barker continued to work. He played himself in the film Happy Gilmore in a fight scene with Adam Sandler. In 2007,
Here it comes, Barney.
the 83-year-old retired from The Price is Right. In all, he'd won 19 daytime Emmys, including a Lifetime Achievement Award. Later, he made a few cameos. He voiced the character of Bob Barnacle on SpongeBob SquarePants. But what really brought fans to their feet was when Barker went back to visit The Price is Right, as he did in 2015. He'd say he was always grateful for the audience's support.
Folks, I want to thank you very, very much for inviting me into your homes for the last 50 years.
And of course, Bob Barker will forever be remembered at CBS. On social media today, The Price is Right reposted this message from CBS, reading in part, "We lost a beloved member of the CBS family today with the passing of Bob Barker. During his 35 years as host of The Price is Right, Bob made countless people's dreams come true and everyone feel like a winner when they were called to come on down." Barker's Happy Gilmore co-star Adam Sandler tweeted, "The man, the myth, the best. Such a sweet, funny guy to hang out with. Loved talking to him, loved laughing with him, loved him kicking the crap out of me." And Barker's Price is Right replacement Drew Carey tweeted, "Very sad day for the Price is Right family and animal lovers all over the world. There hasn't been a day on set that I didn't think of Bob Barker and thank him. I will carry his memory in my heart forever." For more on the life of Bob Barker and his incredible legacy, go to CBSNewYork.com. Still ahead for us tonight, a crash on the Cross Bronx Expressway turns into a crime scene. The shooting that may have been a case of road rage. Monday marks the 60th anniversary of the March on Washington, how people are commemorating the historic moment in civil rights history. And John Elliott is with us tonight for Vanessa. He's got a look at our forecast. John.
Hey, thank you, Jessica, and thank you for staying up late with us tonight. A delightful August night. What's it mean for your Sunday, and what's going on with Franklin? Some changes there. We'll talk about it coming up.
CBS 2 News remembers the March on Washington 60 years later.
The work that was done 60 years ago is still the work that needs to be done right now.
We're in Harlem, where it all started. Hear from people who were there. Monday at 5:30 p.m.
Getting the right new windows with Pella was simple. Our dedicated Pella advisor was a godsend.
We had confidence in Pella. They sold over 5 million replacement windows and doors.
So we knew our local team would be on top of every detail.
And the installation was done in just a day.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Lease an Elantra for $229 a month or get 3.29% APR for 48 months or $500 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway. Experience the most astonishing theatrical magic ever seen on stage. See it this summer. Get tickets now at harrypotterbroadway.com.
If you just set out to build an electric car, that's all it will ever be, an electric car. But the Polestar 2 is something more. Every detail designed to be quietly distinctive. Polestar 2, the way electric cars should be. Visit Polestar.com to test drive and order today.
Con Edison and New York are on a journey together. We're investing in new clean energy hubs, increasing capacity, and modernizing the grid. so that everyone will be able to experience the clean energy future.
Hurry in to the Acura Summer of Performance event going on now.
Getting beautiful windows with Pella is easy.
And we're confident because Pella offers the Pella Care Guarantee, which covers the product and installation. They perform over 7,000 quality checks in a typical hour.
They really take pride in what they do.
Like us.
Closed captioning on CBS 2 News is presented locally by your local Kia dealers.
An argument inside a Bronx apartment building ends with 2 people stabbed to death. It happened last night as 2 women and a man were entering the building on Rochambeau Avenue in the Norwood section. Police say the suspect acted inappropriately toward the women and some kind of argument happened. A 45-year-old man who police say came to the woman's defense was stabbed several times. He died at the scene. Sources say his 29-year-old girlfriend was stabbed in the chest and died at the hospital. A second woman was slashed on the hand. We spoke with a neighbor who did not want to show his face.
When I was walking in, the suspect was walking out. He got into his motorcycle, a white Suzuki, and he just took off.
That neighbor tells us the suspect lives in their building. No arrests have been made. Police are investigating whether a deadly shooting on the Cross Bronx Expressway was a case of road rage. Officers say the 40-year-old victim was involved in a minor crash last night near Jerome Avenue. The occupants of the other car left the scene, but one came back and brought another man with him. That's when police say there was an argument and the 40-year-old man was shot. He died at the hospital. The suspect's car was found, but police are still looking for the 2 men. Monday marks 60 years since the March on Washington, a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement. Thousands of people commemorated the historic day by gathering in front of the Lincoln Memorial on the National Mall. That, of course, is where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his galvanizing "I Have a Dream" speech back in 1963. The March on Washington is considered the most consequential racial justice and equality demonstration in U.S. history. Some of those who gathered today say progress has been made, but more work needs to be done. Among today's speakers, Martin Luther King Jr.'s son.
Dad would probably say, now is the time. We must preserve, protect, and expand democracy. We must ensure that voting rights is protected for all people.
After the speeches, the crowd marched to the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. And Monday night, join Maurice Dubois for a fascinating look back at this historic moment in time. Hear from families of key organizers and some people who were there. The March on Washington, 60 years later, airs Monday night at 5:30 right here on CBS 2. Time now for a check on our weather. Started out rainy, but this Saturday turned out to be pretty beautiful. What does tomorrow look like, John Elliott?
I think even better. I mean, it's just delightful out there right now, but we're glad you're right there right now. So we have a nice little stretch into the first part of next weekend. How about these cool temperatures, too? So right now, 75, a nice August night, but Jessica's right. This morning, almost 2 inches of rain. These individual storms rumbled through. This was very early, but again, doing a number on our number, surplus of 2.41 for the month that wasn't. I mean, we haven't had any 90-degree days in August. And yeah, today, probably the warmest day we'll see for the rest of the month. So that cool trend continues. Dew points like contestants on The Price is Right coming on down. So we have drier air in place, and we are going to see, skies clear as the humidity drops. Sunshine, a little cooler tomorrow. Spotty shower possible. Typical summer byproduct. Next chance of more coverage of rain later Monday. Tuesday, probably the busiest day overall. Hurricane Franklin stays offshore, but we're going to see some dangerous waves. 67 overnight tonight. Cool 50s. I know. North and west. That's nice. Tomorrow's a treat. 80. Sun and clouds. More comfortable. Less humidity. Numbers around the area. Come on. For August, upper 70s, low 80s. That's very nice. Moderate rip current risk, though. Please, let's be safe, and we could see some red flags. Watch this now. Hurricane Franklin 1. Here's a change. Now some of the guidance has this as a Cat 4, then down to a 3 and 2 close to Bermuda. And then the other system we're watching, this could become a named storm, and all of that warm water in the Gulf, that's the real concern. That's the ample fuel, as that storm could strengthen as it heads to the Panhandle. Tuesday, our probably busiest day, early shower Wednesday, and then, hey kids, nice numbers and pretty good sky conditions as we labor our way into Labor Day weekend.
It's always exciting to have a positive weekend forecast.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether it changes. Thank you so much, John. Still ahead, Aaron Rodgers' debut has Jets fans dreaming of a trip to the Super Bowl. We'll explain why up next.
First Alert Weather is powered by ChevyOffers.com.
Introducing the all-new 2024 Chevy Trax. Helps you stay connected, safe, and charged. The all-new Chevy Trax, starting at $21,495. The possibilities are endless.
There's something remarkable about turning any minute alone into a rewarding moment of play in a palace all your own. One with hundreds of casino games. And every play earns toward exclusive Caesars Rewards benefits. You kind of need to see it to get it. But to see it, you really need to get it. New users get a $10 sign-up bonus, a 100% deposit match up to $1,000, and 2,500 reward credits. Caesars Palace Online Casino. Your palace awaits.
Ooh, there's only 2 chairs left. You better hurry.
The power to get there in no time? That's what you'd expect from the ultimate electric driving machine. Not today, brother.
Go, 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 go. You got this. Mom?
You snooze, you lose.
C'est la vie, as I always say. Dad, you've never said that before. Never. The BMW Electric Summer On Sales event is on now. Lease the 2024 BMW iX Drive 50 for $799 per month now through September 4th.
You're saying you're a go-getter, so why don't you go and get the groceries?
That's not what that means.
You claim you're a genuine foodie, but there's genuinely no food here. This is me, starving.
Go get the door, Picasso.
Fresh Direct. Food that delivers you. Get $50 off your first order plus unlimited free delivery for 1 year. Go to freshdirect.com and use code GET50.
They're going back to school, and Burlington's going to save you a ton of money. Wow! With deals on your favorite brands and the coolest styles. They're going back to school. Or is it back to cool? You'll love the deals. You'll love Burlington. Wow.
This is one hardworking town, and this is one hardworking lineup. Save on it now at the Ford Labor Day sales event, featuring great offers across the lineup. From America's favorite workhorse to SUVs built with utility in mind, Ford has your 9 to 5 covered, and weekends too. Come in now for Labor Day deals, because you deserve a break. Right now, returning lessees can get the Ford F-150 for $289 a month. View more offers at buyfordnow.com.
This is CBS Sports New York, presented by Ford.
There's always an element of hesitation when you put a starter in a preseason football game. The risk of injury is always there, but Jets coach Robert Saleh says he doesn't coach scared, and you can't play scared. So the Jets, with Aaron Rodgers at the helm, weren't afraid to throw the ball early. Aaron Rodgers to Garrett Wilson on the first play of the game for 10 yards. Giants pass rush made the Jets fans hold their breath a little bit. Rodgers had to scramble around. He was able to avoid the hit and dump the ball off. In fact, every play on the first drive was a pass. Second possession is exactly what the Jets fans are hoping to see. They ran the ball just once. It was a 4-play, 52-yard drive. McCole Hardman picks up the first down and gets into the red zone. And then, look at this pass from Rodgers to Wilson. A 14-yard touchdown. Rodgers' final play And what a play to go out on. The Jets ended up winning 32-24, so the Jets are going to play for real. On Monday, September 11th against the Bills, the Giants open Sunday night against the Cowboys, and both games will be at MetLife Stadium.
Some butterflies for sure. I think that's always normal. First time I strap it on, it's kind of the standard, whether I'm in year one, playing San Diego Chargers, or year 19, preseason number 4. There's always some butterflies when you step out there for the first time, but I loosened up pretty good when I got the ovation when I took the field. That was a special moment, just to have that kind of support. Taking the field for that TV timeout, that was pretty special.
The Yankees will be raising season ticket prices next year. In some seats, the prices will have a 10% increase. Fans are clearly not happy about paying extra for a team that's currently in last place and on pace to have their worst season in more than 30 years. They were in Tampa today, raised up 2-0 in the third. A pair of 2-out doubles added to their lead. The second off the bat of Josh Lowe that just stays in the park. Only one earned run by Clark Schmidt allowed in his 6 2/3 innings of work. The Yankees offense was just missing in action. They had 2 hits the entire game and 2 walks. Rays win at 3-0. Mets and Angels. Shohei Ohtani putting on a show for the fans at Citi Field. He had a double and an RBI triple. The Angels build a 5-run lead, but here we are. Mets down 5-3, and Pete Alonso gets hit in the neck. Benches would clear, but no fights would break out. Alonso's been hit a league most 17 times this year. He would leave the game, but he did pass concussion protocol. Mets end up losing this one 5-3. Liberty on the road in Minnesota. They had their best game of the season. They score 111 points, a season high, and the second most in franchise history. Breanna Stewart leading everybody with 38 points and 11 boards as the Liberty end up winning this one by 35. All right, back to Aaron Rodgers. I know this was a meaningless preseason game, but it wasn't meaningless to the Jets fans to be able to see a franchise quarterback out there in a Jets uniform in a game. This is just the first step and just a little teaser for what we're going to see.
Wasn't it good for him, though, too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, kind of a
get the feel of it. Yeah, and also a collective sigh of relief that he didn't get injured while he was
that's always the biggest worry.
Yeah.
He scored a touchdown, didn't get injured. That's a win.
Thanks, Steve.
Sure.
We'll be right back.
It's back to school time at my house, too, and we're all looking for bargains on school supplies. We've got you covered with School Matters deals on CBS Mornings Tuesday.
The last of summer will draw you in at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's like a magnet, but for people.
Lease the new all-electric 2023 BZ4X for just $349 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Claire and Ben are ready for a change. Payday comes early with Citizens. So they booked the last 2 spots at the retreat, become enlightened, and move to the country. Now they're driving this, wearing that, buying goat feed that their goats don't like. So they return it. Citizens alerts them of their refund, which they put towards launching their new lifestyle brand. Are you ready for all that life brings?
They're here.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yep, it's got 3 rows.
So you.
Where do I plug in?
It's wireless.
That's so you. What do I do with these? Careful, it's kind of busy.
Oh, I got this with my superpowers.
And a little help from your Buick.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you.
Current eligible Buick lessees get this low-mileage lease on this 2023 Encore GX Preferred all-wheel drive for around $199 per month.
No one's ever ready for cancer, but at Hackensack Meridian John Theurer Cancer Center, we are. We're smarter than cancer. With the most advanced clinical trials in New Jersey, we innovate faster, pioneering world-leading therapies. And we're stronger, with personalized treatment plans for every patient. We're changing the way cancer is treated, so we're always more than ready.
The all-electric Genesis GV60. Enter. Start. Take off. Have fun. Recharge. Repeat. Get a $7,500 EV lease bonus on the Genesis GV60 exclusively at your tri-state Genesis retailers.
If you have moderate to severe Crohn's disease, Skyrizi is the first and only IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver clinical remission and endoscopic improvement.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Control of Crohn's means everything to me. Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
The sun is setting on Toyota's national sales event. Wait, they have until September 5th.
Right now, get 3.99% APR on a new 2023 RAV4 or Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
That's all the time we have tonight. Thanks so much for having us in. We'll all be back tomorrow night. Hope you will be too. Good night.
Intuitive sit to start in the all-electric ID4. It's the little things. It's a VW. Visit your Volkswagen dealer for 3.9% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2023 all-electric ID4.
If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos lung cancer, choose the right law firm by asking, what are your highest verdicts? What experience do you have? How many lawyers are on staff? How many clients have you represented? Speak to Weitz & Luxembourg at 800-LAW-6789 to get unmatched answers. It's the biggest financial decision of your life. Call 800-LAW-6789 or visit mesowin.com.
Experience the sanctuary of hands-free highway driving with Lincoln Blue Cruise. The Lincoln Summer Invitation, on now. Right now, get 3.9% APR and $1,000 trade assist cash on a new 2023 Lincoln.
Here, anything is possible, as long as you can imagine it. And that's what makes Orlando unbelievably real.
If you don't need a sedan, you definitely don't need an Infiniti Q50 sports sedan. With 400 horsepower and a twin-turbo V6 engine, it's all a bit much. Or is it? Experience the Infiniti Q50 at your local Infiniti retailer.
When our communities come together,
Thank you for being here. Thank you for walking. Thank you for your hearts.
What's a little rain?
we prove we're better when we're together.
When you drive America's best light-duty pickup, summer is yours for the taking. To take bigger toys, to take fun to the limits, and take in every day surrounded by comfort. Make this the summer you take on everything. Make this the summer you drive a Ram.
During the Ram Labor Day sales event, get $4,000 retail consumer cash allowance or 2.9% financing for 72 months on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
Every Sunday, Marcia Kramer brings you into the conversation with all the big players.
You would fight to get more money for New York to fix the MTA.
The Point, Sunday mornings at 11:30.
Coming? The Volkswagen Taos. German engineering everyone can get into. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on a new 2023 Taos or Tiguan.
Here we are in Florham Park, New Jersey, and never have seen anything like the vibes we have behind me at this training camp practice. Couple things going on right now. A, Dalvin Cook is here.